Tomorrow, thousands of students are expected to take to the streets in Washington and cities around the country. They're demanding an end to school shootings and other gun violence. The so-called March for Our Lives is organized by a group of survivors of the school rampage in Parkland, Florida. Just days after the attack, CBS News embedded with these students as they formed the Never Again movement.
The founding members are Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School junior Cameron KASKY and seniors Emma Gonzalez, David Hogg, and DELANEY TARR. These students turned activists show their tireless fight for a change in gun laws in America. In the CBS News documentary, 39 Days. It airs tomorrow night, and this morning we have a look at some never-before-seen video from the documentary.
Well, I checked Nick's pulse. I couldn't reach Helena. She was farther away, but Nick was right next to me. So I checked his pulse, and so did Sam. And then I saw Nick and Helena were dead.
They say that tougher gun laws do not decrease gun violence. We call BS!
We're trying to get people to stop dying. I'm not the same person because, like, all of that information has traveled at, like, light speed.
The fact that 100 people have tried to follow me in the past half hour. You're trending on Twitter.
I know.
We all had these different things that we were saying and different things that we were doing that people were responding to, and that was just kind of a natural push to get us to all come together and for us to become like a united force.
What we have set up right now, we have a website, March for Our Lives. We're going to be doing a march in March on Washington where we get students all over the country are going to be joining us. The adults let us down.
How many? It feels like it's been weeks. It does. How many days has it been? 5? 4?
Not even, right?
This all started at my house. We've just been there.
How about Emma?
I haven't seen her in like 20 minutes. The original goals of Never Again were to make one center where we could all be together and grieve and demand change in one spot.
We were trying to focus on what would get the most people behind us. Who can we send out to which interviews?
We need to be there around 6:20, okay?
Everybody's on computers, everybody's making calls, everybody's trying to remember to eat.
CBS News learned the suspect, Nicholas Cruz, purchased at least 7 rifles over the last year.
It's not trying to destroy the Second Amendment. It's not trying to take away everyone's guns.
Okay, so we are leaving.
We want an assault weapons ban. We want universal background checks. We want reasonable gun reform.
How's it going, guys? Thank you guys for coming up here.
What we need to do is talk about it to lawmakers, and they're not even showing up to our meetings. We knew this was going to be hard, but we weren't expecting this. But, like, yeah, hopefully we'll get to actually meet with someone.
Don't give up hope. Don't, please.
She was so sympathetic to us, and she really understood us, I think.
I think we have forgotten why we're serving, and you need to remind us.
This is what democracy looks like.
I mean, that's a little daunting, but we are perfectly willing to take on the task.
Should have been one school shooting, and we should have fixed it. And I'm pissed. I'm like a lion now, since she's been shot, murdered. It's great that the kids are out there together and they have a voice. You know, I feel their pain. But if they're going to concentrate on gun control, I think they're wasting their time. What we need right now in this country is school safety. A perimeter around a school, just like there is at a courthouse. The new norm is going to be at a school. In the future, it's going to be like going to the airport.
Press Secretary Sarah Sanders says here at the White House, officials will take the next 2 weeks to meet with students, educators, law enforcement, and governors to discuss what can be done.
I've had to stare mothers and fathers who have lost their children in the eye, but it's the fact that we're getting something done here that makes everything okay. Not really, but it makes everything seem okay. I mean, sometimes when I'm falling asleep, I start to remember, and it starts to hit me 17 times.
You know, to remind yourself how young these children are and how poised they are and determined they are. It's something we're going to be following across the country tomorrow as a movement.
It's amazing to see their stories, be reminded of their power. And what's different from this and other shootings is there's often a lot of focus on the person who did the act. In this case, the focus is on the victims and the survivors.
They have a lot of support.
They do. And you can see the full documentary, 39 Days, tomorrow night at 8, 7 Central, right here on CBS.